Ciao a tutti, sono Alexanderdario, bentrovati su GENSHIN IMPACT. Allora ragazzi, proseguiamo con la quest legata all'evento del Festival Cinematografico di Fontaine. Dobbiamo andare a casa di Furina, che è qua davanti, per cercare di convincerla a fare la regista del film che stiamo producendo. E bene, proseguiamo. Prima però di andare a parlare con Furina, giusto una piccola nota, sono andato a controllare se avessi già incontrato Xavier in passato, sono andato solo a verificare sui miei video facendo una ricerca coi tag di YouTube, ma non ho trovato niente, quindi molto probabilmente è sì un personaggio noto per qualche evento, per qualche quest, ma sicuramente per qualcosa che non ho giocato. Bene, detto questo però andiamo a parlare con Furina.
This is where Furina lives.
Ok, questa quindi è la casa di Furina, improvvisamente è diventato giorno, ma va bene.
Ok, I'll go knock on the door.
Sarà in casa? Ok, direi di sì.
Seriously, who's knocking before afternoon tea?
Sempre con questo atteggiamento un po' svogliato, un po' sopra le righe anche, se vogliamo.
Who are you?
Ok, ci viene presentata Furina, del resto non mi pare di averla mai incontrata.
Lady Furina, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Xavier, a film director.
Hello. Oh, is that the traveler in Paimon I see behind you? And who's this?
I'm Chiori.
Ah, the one from Chioria Boutique. Hello, hello. So, what are you all doing here? Do you need something?
Did you just get up, Furina? It's already past noon, you know.
Paimon, dobbiamo ingraziarci Furina, non criticarla.
Huh? Oh, Paimon means the weather is so nice in the afternoon and the sun is so warm. Just like how you make us feel. Sleeping in late is a really smart idea.
Ok.
No. I was just up late last night reading some novels. What does sleeping in have to do with the weather?
This is a small gift we've prepared for you, Lady Furina. We hope you like it.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a regular person like everyone else now. Oh, is this Fontinalia mousse? It's one of my favorites.
Bon, corruzione riuscita, direi.
That's great! So, actually, there's something we need your help with. Given your renowned passion and understanding of drama, I would like to ask that you serve as the director of our film crew.
Oh, but didn't you just say that you're a director?
Yes, but for this particular project, I'm mainly working as a producer. Besides, I'm sure that your understanding of the performing arts far surpasses my own, Lady Furina.
Are the Traveler and Paimon also part of the film crew?
Yep, we sure are. Paimon's the clapper loader and she's the camera operator.
Camera operator? That can be a pretty technical job, and it directly affects the final quality of the film. Are you really up to it?
Ho esperienza. Abbiamo usato le fotocamere in parecchie occasioni. Non so se sarà la stessa cosa, ma...
No, I'm not questioning your abilities. It's just that I've never really seen you use a camera before.
Maybe you can come up with a test for the Traveler and see for yourself. If she can satisfy you with her camera skills, then you'd have nothing to worry about and can join the team. What do you say?
You sure are getting better at rolling with the situation, Paimon. Oh, I do wish to see how skilled the Traveler really is with a camera.
Ok.
Alright, how about this? We'll work with what we have. I'll give you some scenarios and see if your work is up to my standards.
Ok, va bene, accetto.
Very good. It's essential for the camera operator to understand the director's vision. I'll make my decision after seeing your work. Are you ready? I have high standards, you know.
Ok.
Okay, grab the camera and I'll give you a scenario.
Ok, questo è lo scenario quindi. Estelle è la proprietaria della bottega Beaumont ed è sempre stata molto orgogliosa della sua macchina per la forgiatura. Non solo permette di controllare con precisione la forza e la temperatura, ma anche di evitare tanta fatica al fabbro. Giriamo un video promozionale per il suo negozio. Ricorda di enfatizzare la superiorità della sua macchina per la forgiatura. Ok. Vediamo in che cosa consiste questo minigioco. Allora, dobbiamo riprendere diverse scene secondo le istruzioni del regista e usarle per creare un video. Il posizionamento delle cinecamere è fondamentale, pertanto verifica preventivamente i requisiti di posizione. Ok. Le riprese hanno dei requisiti narrativi. Seleziona la narrazione più adatta in base alla storia. Caspita. Sembra, a vederlo così, piuttosto complesso. Vediamo poi effettivamente in che cosa consisterà, però ok. Allora, seleziona narrazione. La bottega Beaumont, situata nella corte di Fontaine, è un negozio di armi che utilizza una macchina per forgiatura. Ok, e quindi a questo punto posizioniamo la cinecamera. Direi qui facciamo vedere prima di tutto l'ingresso del negozio. Ah, ok, tra queste cambiamo le varie scene, d'accordo, ma io direi prima di inquadrare l'esterno del negozio per far capire dove ci troviamo. La seconda scena ci dice che la macchina può controllare con precisione la forza applicata e la temperatura, rendendola perfetta per svolgere lavori lunghi e faticosi. Io qui inquadrerei la macchina da forgiatura a questo punto. La terza scena: grazie all'ausilio della macchina Estelle, la proprietà della bottega, può godersi ogni giorno di lavoro. Ok, e qui quindi facciamo vedere Estelle che si gode la giornata. Nella quarta, ok, le armi sono di ottima qualità. Va bene. Quindi c'è una cosa con le armi, questa qui. Puntiamo a questa e speriamo di aver scelto tutte le cose giuste. In realtà, da quello che vedo, queste hanno l'icona verde con il brilluccichio, che secondo me vuol dire che è la scelta giusta, mentre questa no. Questo potrebbe essere un problema. Allora, intanto vediamo l'ultima, poi piuttosto torniamo indietro. Se cerchi delle armi, la bottega Beaumont le ha. E ritorniamo sul logo. E a questo punto, prima di completare, torniamo qui, vediamo un attimo. Ah, forse non avevo spuntato questo semplicemente. Ok, allora vediamo se abbiamo ragione, ragazzi. Aspettate, ma prosegue? No, ok, sono solo 5 scene, quindi iniziamo a riprendere. Ok, quindi adesso ci fanno vedere proprio tutto il risultato del nostro lavoro, Beh dai, direi che come spot pubblicitario per la bottega non è venuto male. Chiudiamo con una bella immagine del logo del negozio e sentiamo un po' cosa ha da dirci Furina.
Oh, it appears that you have more skill than I thought.
Ok, bene, quindi l'abbiamo fatta contenta.
All the shots had a great composition, and I could really feel a connection to the characters and their lines.
Ok, quindi qual è il verdetto?
Yeah! Does that mean you agree to be our director, Furina?
Did you think I would agree just like that? After our performance of the Little Oceanid, I've begun to make a name for myself again, you know. In fact, I've already had several troupes approach me for the Fontinalia Film Festival. Unfortunately, the scripts were all pretty boring and didn't pique my interest. If others were to find out I agreed to work with you so easily, then, well...
Quindi cosa dobbiamo fare ancora?
Hey, but didn't we have a deal? What else do we need to do to convince you, Furina?
Infatti.
Well, what about the pay?
Huh?
You know, how much you're willing to pay me to be the director? The pay is also an important factor for me to consider, you know.
Considerando che abbiamo pochissimi soldi, vediamo cosa dice Xavier.
Well, I can offer you this much?
What? That's all? If Nervilat were to hear of this, he could charge you with underpaying your labor.
Ok.
I'm sorry, but our crew is in a tight financial spot at the moment.
I see. Well, even though it's highly unlikely now that I'll join your crew, there's still something I'd like to ask. Exactly what film are you planning to make?
Oh, our script is an adaptation of The Two Musketeers.
Huh? Wait, you mean the suspense thriller novel that was a #1 bestseller?
Oh, so Furina's ready too.
Ok, magari le piace talmente tanto il libro che accetterà lo stesso anche se la paga è misera.
Of course I read it. I've always had a keen interest in artistic works that strike a chord with the populace. I see. It all makes sense now. You must have used most of the budget to pay for the copyright.
Not really. The novel's author transferred the copyright to me practically for free once he heard that I wanted to make a film adaptation of the story. The lack of budget is due to another issue.
He probably just wants to get his name out there. So, Mora isn't the most important thing to him right now. It reminds me of a delivery courier who wears one of my designs while traveling all across Teyvat. I didn't charge her much for the outfit either. The exposure she provides for my brand is well worth it.
Sta parlando di Kirara, che fa la fattorina.
So, are you a big fan of this story, Furina?
Well, it's alright. The pacing of the story is good, but the character relationships could use some work. When I was reading it before, I always felt like some things were left on a rather unsatisfactory note. I have high standards, you know. Ahem, Mr. Xavier, if, hypothetically speaking, I agree to be the director, how much freedom would I have in terms of script revisions and creative interpretation?
Oh, as much freedom as you would need. I wouldn't dare doubt the tastes of Fontaine's greatest star.
Good. Then I'm free to alter the script as I see fit.
Ok. Questo potrebbe portare a pesanti conseguenze, però.
Absolutely, no problem.
E però se cambia la storia dei due moschettieri, poi l'autore originale non è che rimarrà dispiaciuto? Vabbè, comunque, contiamo su di te, regista.
All right. It seems that your crew really can't go on without my care and direction.
So, you agree?
Yes, I agree. Although the pay is well below what someone of my caliber deserves, a great script calls for a great director. I mustn't let a perfectly good story be ruined due to lack of funds. If you have fine cheese and bread, you wouldn't just let it sit on the counter and get moldy just because you lack an oven, right?
Ok, grazie Furina.
Oh, Hydro Archon above! I'm not dreaming, am I?
There's no more Hydro Archon, you know. And it's still a little early to celebrate. There's a lot that goes into shooting a film. Although the trickiest tasks of finalizing the script and casting the actors have already been taken care of, we'll still need to reserve filming locations. Not to say set up lighting and props.
Sì, in effetti ci sono un sacco di preparativi da fare.
And by the way, since we'll be filming The Two Musketeers, we'll need to find an action choreographer. Ideally, a professional who has actual experience with muskets.
Yes, I've thought about this as well. I was hoping that you might know someone who could handle the job.
Ok, e questo ci porterà, immagino, a conoscere Chevreuse.
Me? If this was before, I could have simply asked Florand. But it's already been some time since I last talked to her. Navia can also use firearms, But unfortunately, her style is quite different from that of the characters in the story.
Could we ask the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol?
Oh, you mean the Special Patrol's musketeers?
Yes, that's right. They work with muskets every day. I can't think of anyone more qualified than them.
They would be under Nervilette's jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I, don't have any connection with them at all.
Ah, ok. Non ha conoscenze. Però possiamo parlare con Nervilette.
So, in the end, we still
Okay.
have to start by talking to Nervilette.
Ho anticipato Furina, sostanzialmente.
No need to go to all that trouble. I know their captain, Chevres.
Ah, ok. Ottimo.
Oh, you do? Wait, Chiori, how do you know the captain of the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
No particular reason. Running a business means dealing with some trouble from time to time, and she's helped me out on a few occasions. In return, I've helped her handle a few situations in which the Special Patrol couldn't get involved directly. So, we've gotten to know each other over time.
So you're saying there's been times when the Special Patrol needed a fashion designer to handle a situation? Your work is becoming more and more mysterious.
It'd be best to keep it that way. Anyway, enough about that. What do you all think about asking the captain to be our musket action choreographer?
She sounds professional enough. She is a captain after all. I have no objections.
Bisogna vedere se accetterà.
But I imagine the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol must be busy with their duties. Do you think she'd really have time to help with shooting a film? And then there's the issue of pay.
Well, it just so happens that she's also not the kind of person that's just after Mora. As for whether she has time, I'll have to go and ask her first.
Then I'll leave that to you. Macaroni's on sale today, so I've got to go. You can just tell me how things went when we discuss tomorrow's plan later.
Ok.
No problem.
Having Furina join feels like a big boost to our team.
Of course. Just wait until the day of our premiere. You'll witness the true power of my name in these lands. You'll be so glad I agreed to help. I can guarantee that even the standing tickets will be sold out. I'll be sure to ask some people I know to see if they'd be willing to act as extras.
Seems like you're finally getting more comfortable with your own reputation now.
I didn't ask for the Clapper Loader's commentary, Paimon.
Then
Ok.
let's get going. I happen to know where Chevres is today.
By the way, I'm curious. If my pay is so low, then what about our two lead actors? Didn't they travel here all the way from Inazuma?
Sì, però non si fanno pagare.
Actually, they told us that they see the trip as part of a cultural exchange, so they didn't ask for any pay.
What? So is every person in Teyvat who doesn't want money gathered here to shoot this film? Don't tell me Chiori isn't being paid either.
I already knew Xavier from before, and he's also agreed to give my brand some good exposure.
Praticamente nessuno si fa pagare per sto film. In effetti è un po' strana come cosa.
It seems the gods have really smiled upon you, Xavier. And that certainly doesn't include me, mind you.
Ok ragazzi, a questo punto dobbiamo trovare Chevreuse. Allora, intanto qui... Ah, ma qua ci sono dei libri. Tra cui i due moschettieri. Ma allora lo prendiamo subito. Fiabe di Fontaine pure. E qui abbiamo Furina. Ci dirà
Besides
qualcosa
the
di
macaroni,
particolare?
I should also pick up some tomato sauce.
Ok, sta facendo la lista della spesa. Va bene, a questo punto vediamo un attimino dove dobbiamo andare. Ok, siamo qua, in zona di questo teletrasporto, quindi andiamoci subito ragazzi e vediamo se riusciamo a convincere Chevreuse. Ok, eccoci arrivati. Allora, Chevreuse... Ah, è qua vicina. Infatti è dove l'avevamo già vista l'altra volta.
All right, this is the place.
But where's the captain? There's her.
Oh,
She's
scusate
over there.
ragazzi.
The one with an eye patch reading in front of the newsstand.
Oh, her! Paimon could tell there was something different about her. She seems kinda intimidating.
Please wait here for a moment. I'll go fetch her. She's working now, so you might not want to get in her way.
Working? But isn't she just standing there and reading a novel?
Just trust me.
Ok, vediamo un po' che cosa succede.
Oh, alright, let's see what happens then.
Ma perché ultimamente anticipo sempre quello che dice Paimon, ragazzi?
Shiori sure is a mysterious person. She claims just to be a fashion designer, but she knows all these powerful people.
Avrà una seconda professione nel campo dello spionaggio, immagino. Del resto è originaria di Inazuma ed è in uno stato straniero.
The court of Fontaine isn't particularly tolerant of visitors from overseas, so it isn't easy for a foreigner to promote their brand here. Even more so in the competitive world of fashion. Even a local like me just trying to make a film has to face all kinds of challenges. So I can only imagine what Shiori has been through to get where she is today. I'm sure that having more connections has definitely worked in her favor.
Reading on the job?
Detective novel.
One main character?
No, multiple. Branching storylines.
I see. How's the plot coming along?
Stanno parlando di tutt'altro in realtà, non di un romanzo. Però è interessante come scambio di battute, ci fa capire un pochino meglio il loro rapporto.
One of the main characters is about to make a choice that will affect the rest of his life. I'd wager he's going to make the wrong choice.
Any way to speed things up? There's something I need your help with.
You know that doesn't depend on me. It all comes down to what the character chooses.
Which is exactly why I'm here to help.
E questo è il personaggio di cui stavano parlando?
All right. It appears he made the wrong choice in the end. Halt!
Beccati.
Huh? What's going on?
Hand over whatever you're holding.
Oh, it's just a book. I didn't buy anything else.
Then I'm sure you wouldn't mind letting me have a look.
Excuse me, officer. I don't mind you standing around here, not purchasing anything, but I'd prefer if you didn't disturb my customers. It's bad for business, you know?
Don't give me that act. You won't be able to get off so easily either. I am Shavras, captain of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. I will say this one last time. Hand over whatever you're holding at once. And before you do anything unwise, let me remind you that I'll have you on the ground before you can even think about making a run for it.
All right. I'll give it to you. But please let me say something first. If there's any contraband in that book, then the shopkeeper here is the one who slipped it in. I don't have anything to do with this.
Ecco che cerca subito di lavarsene le mani.
Why, you trying to leave me on the hook, huh? You were the one who said you wanted it.
Save it for the interrogation room. Take them away, Letelier.
Ok. Aveva anche una sottoposta nelle vicinanze.
What's going on here? One second you're reading a book and the next you're escorting people away.
And who are... Oh! Aren't you the traveler who's been all over the papers recently? Shiori, I'm assuming what you wanted to ask me about has to do with them, right?
Meno male che ci conoscono già tutti, ragazzi. Evitiamo tempo in presentazioni inutili.
Maybe I can let you in on what's happening then. Now that Vacher has been brought to justice, no new shipments of synth will be made and distributed to sellers. The Fontaine guards have been busy collecting the remaining synths still circulating on the market. Thanks to a tip from our reliable source here, this should be the very last batch.
Oh, so you were pretending to read a book in order to catch the bad guys. Oh, Paimon almost forgot to introduce ourselves. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler and Xavier.
Hey, I'm Shavras. You probably already heard me introduce myself, so I won't bother repeating it.
Perché non li hai arrestati direttamente non è proprio la domanda più sveglia da fare, però c'è solo questa opzione. È ovvio che ha aspettato per coglierli con le mani nel sacco.
Yeah, why didn't you make a move as soon as you had the chance? Were you worried that my intel wasn't accurate?
come avevo ipotizzato prima, Chiori non è solo una stilista.
No, I wanted to see if the shopkeeper would turn himself in first. All he had to do was come up to me and say that he didn't know where the synth had come from. If he did that, then I wouldn't have had to press charges on him.
He had the whole day to turn the synth over to Chevreuse. But instead, the moment I came up and blocked Chevreus's line of sight, he took the opportunity to sell it off.
Yep, he made the wrong choice, even though the right choice was right there in front of him.
But you knew they wouldn't make the right choice.
Yeah, I knew. I was just hoping I'd be wrong for once. Enough about that, though. What did you want to ask me about?
Oh, you see, it's like this.
Ok, quindi gli spieghiamo tutto del film e che abbiamo bisogno del suo aiuto come coreografa.
The Two Musketeers. You certainly have a good eye for a story. So what do you need me to do? Just be the action choreographer for the actors?
Esatto.
Yes, that's right. I want to make sure we get all the details right. I want the actor's posture and understanding of firearms to be as realistic as possible. However, I'm afraid this work will require a bit of your time, since you'll have to be present whenever we're filming. Also, as for the pay...
No need to say any more. I'll join.
Meno male, ha accettato in fretta.
Just like that.
Really? You're willing to help us with our humble film project?
Sure, it's no big deal. As I said, we've wrapped up our investigation here, so I don't have any other tasks on my plate for the moment.
Meno male.
Besides, I personally really like this novel. I even have the collector's edition at home. Stories where justice prevails over evil never get old for me.
Then we've got a deal?
Yes, I'll see you on set tomorrow.
Oh my! I can hardly believe it! I should tell Lady Furina immediately. Oh, and I must tell the prop manager and lighting technician to get everything ready. We start filming tomorrow!
Ok, ottimo.
Calm
Chiori...
down, Xavier.
infatti.
The film is going to take more than just a day to finish.
Mi sembrava che Chiori non fosse così particolarmente entusiasta. Semplicemente è un pochino più realista, diciamo.
Still, I should also head back now and start preparing the actors' costumes and makeup.
Alright, guess that's it for today then.
Traveler, Paimon, please stay for a moment. I have something to tell you.
Ok.
Then I'll take Xavier back. Poor thing. He's so excited that he can't even walk straight anymore. I don't want to spend our first day fishing our producer out of the fountain.
Ok, a domani.
Yep. See you tomorrow.
Va bene. A questo punto Chevreuse ci ha chiesto di rimanere qui perché voleva parlarci, ma non la vedo. Però qua vicino c'è un punto di questa. Ah, eccola. Semplicemente si è spostata un po' più avanti. Sentiamo cosa ha da dirci.
So what did you want to tell us, Chevreuse?
Have you read The Two Musketeers?
In realtà non l'ho ancora letto.
The story is about a pair of children born into the household of a baron and their struggle to survive together and take revenge for their mother. They were raised at the baron's estate, where their mother worked as a maid. The two were illegitimate children that the baron had with the maid, so they were never treated well by anyone.
Ok, quindi non è la stessa esatta storia dei Tre Moschettieri. Perlomeno, almeno, non è proprio una scoppiazzatura clamorosa.
One day, upon returning home, they found their mother had been murdered and left dead on the floor. It was quite evident that the culprits were the other members of the Baron's household, who never had any kind words to say to them. However, the Baron was able to exert his influence and keep the whole thing under wraps. The mother's death was eventually deemed as a suicide, and there was no chance of bringing her murderers to justice. The two siblings decided to flee and someday avenge their mother. Many years later, members of the Baron's family suddenly started turning up dead one after the other, all killed by gunshot. A rainbow rose was found on each of the victims' bodies. Being the Baron believed that the mother's soul had come to take vengeance on him, so he lived in fear each day. But it was actually those two siblings who had fled all those years ago. They relied on each other to survive and trained day and night, eventually becoming adept musketeers. They used all of their abilities to collect evidence and clues before executing their plan and exacting revenge on the Baron. Their actions let the truth behind their mother's death be known to all.
That's quite an exhilarating story.
Yep, the Baron got what he deserved for his evil deeds, and justice was able to prevail. It was just the kind of story I enjoy.
Ok, e perché ci hai raccontato tutta la trama?
Oh, so is that why you were so willing to join our crew, Chevrolet?
You could say it was one of the reasons.
Oh, you mean there were other reasons too?
I've read the reports about you. Whether it was at the trials or when you lent your hand to resolve our nation's crisis, you've shown that you've got a strong sense of justice, as well as a great mind for deductions.
Ok, quindi volevi conoscerci meglio?
Yes, you're as sharp as I expected. It seems you've experienced many similar situations before. There's been a recent murder case involving muskets.
Ah, no.
The perpetrator's methods appear to be very similar to what is described in the novel.
Ok, quindi vuole chiederci in realtà una mano per scoprire il colpevole di questo omicidio.
Huh, really? But Paimon didn't see anything about that in today's papers.
The Marechaussee Phantom hasn't yet released any information to the public because the investigation is currently at a standstill. The murderer is extremely cautious.
A murder involving firearms? But not that many people use those in Fontaine, right?
Forse qualcuno della tua unità?
Impossible. We perform a routine inspection of our firearms and ammo reserves every day. If one of the weapons had been fired, it would stick out like a sore thumb. Besides, I trust the members of my platoon.
Ok.
However... Well, that's all I can disclose about the case today.
Huh? What do you mean?
I hope you all can go back and get some shut-eye. You can decide tomorrow whether or not you'd like to join the investigation with me. I'm aware this might not be the ideal time to add more to your plate, but the more capable people we have, the better the chances that justice will prevail.
E non c'è nessun altro della pattuglia speciale che ci può aiutare?
Carrying out investigations isn't actually supposed to be our responsibility. Our job is to apprehend the perpetrators. Finding them is really up to the Marechaussee Phantom. You could say I'm taking part in the investigation out of personal interest.
Ok.
I don't want people to see muskets in a negative way, and also, I'm concerned about the similarity between the crimes and the story.
You mean they might be connected somehow?
Che sia lo scrittore del romanzo?
I suspect so. Just to make myself clear, this is not an order, nor is it a deal of any kind. It's a request. Nothing. If you two have any interest in the case after we finish filming tomorrow and are willing to assist me, then I would be most grateful.
What do you think, Traveler?
Ok, io accetterei subito, ma pensiamoci domani.
Yeah, you're right. Paimon's getting a little tired too. We've really been hustling all day.
Tu in realtà voli.
You'd better head back and get some rest. It's good to keep a calm mind, especially when you're about to make an important decision. Otherwise, when the moment comes, you might end up like that shopkeeper and not even realize that the right choice is right there in front of you.
Ok ragazzi, abbiamo completato quindi il primo capitolo della quest e andiamo a dare un'occhiata quindi qua sul nostro journal. Esatto, quindi qui c'è il secondo capitolo che immagino ci vedrà alle prese con le prime operazioni di registrazione del film, quindi avviamo la missione, eccoci qua, la navigazione in realtà è già attiva, bene, quindi vediamo un attimo dove dobbiamo andare. Ah, ok, non me l'aspettavo, ma non dobbiamo andare in città? No, non è possibile però che siamo fuori da Fontaine, sicuramente c'è un problema ragazzi. Allora, fatemi ricontrollare il journal. Ah, ok, semplicemente devo far passare un po' di tempo. Dobbiamo attendere che siano le 8 di mattina. D'accordo ragazzi, e allora facciamolo subito. Ok ragazzi, ho fatto passare il tempo. Esatto, e adesso dobbiamo venire qui di nuovo all'hotel per iniziare le riprese del film. Vedo che i nostri amici sono già qua che ci aspettano, quindi iniziamo.
Ayaka, Ymira, you're already here!
Good morning. Xavier said yesterday afternoon went well.
Yeah, and how about you, Ayaka? What were
After we split up, Ayato went to see Udex Nervillet at the Palais Mermonia.
Missione di ambasceria?
I I was originally thinking of going with him, but he said he could manage it himself. He told me to go see the sights around Fontaine and to enjoy the local culture. So I rode the aqua bus with Yoimiya and visited the opera house on Aranias Island.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe what we saw there! 2 mechanical puppets that were dancing together! You've already seen them, right?
Sì, le abbiamo già viste. Non le ho ancora affrontate, ma le ho già viste.
Yeah, those two! Amazing, aren't they?
We sat and watched for quite a while. It was mesmerizing. Like we could keep watching them forever.
Oh, it was the same for us the first time we saw them, too.
Afterwards, we went swimming at the beach. Well, diving, to be exact. It was the first time I ever breathed underwater. I held Ayaka's hand and we counted down together. 3, 2, 1, and then splash! We were beneath the waves.
Insomma, si sono divertite le nostre amiche, hanno fatto le turiste. E questo caricamento? Lunghissimo, tra l'altro.
At first, I didn't dare to open my mouth. But once I couldn't hold my breath any longer, I decided to take a big breath in. Turns out the water wasn't as salty as I imagined. It didn't really taste like anything at all.
Ok ragazzi, quindi ci fanno vedere e vivere l'esperienza di Yoimiya nell'acqua di Fontaine. Ok, interessante.
Before I knew it, I was breathing like normal down there. It was an amazing feeling. Ayaka said I was too nervous and needed to loosen my grip. She got used to everything way faster than I did.
I knew that the Traveler could do it, so I had no doubt we could do it too. That helped me feel at ease as soon as we dove in. The underwater world in Fontaine truly is beautiful. I love seeing the romaritime flowers blossoming underwater, like little candles lighting up the streets at night.
Yeah, and there were so many creatures that we've never seen in Inazuma. Like those fish that shimmer like a sword blade. Whoosh! Oh, and those big fish that call when they see people.
Oh, you mean Hunter's Rays and Blubber Beasts.
I just love the name Blubber Beast. Just wait till Pops and the others hear about this. They probably won't believe a word I say.
Ok, carino questo piccolo excursus. E detto questo però, iniziamo le riprese? Arriveranno gli altri personaggi, immagino.
Yoimiya was down there for quite a while. It was dark before we finally rode the aqua bus back to the city. I figured she'd want to sleep in today.
Yeah, even I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get up. I still felt like I was drifting in the waves when I went to sleep last night. But as soon as I woke up today, I remembered that we'd all be shooting a film together, and I was ready to go.
Speaking of the film, where's everybody else?
Infatti, me lo stavo chiedendo anch'io.
My brother and Xavier were speaking to the restaurant owner about using the place as a filming location. They should be here soon. As for the others, we're here.
Ok. A questo punto, dov'è Furina?
Please excuse my tardiness. I just finished the Special Patrol's 6-mile morning jog.
10 chilometri? Wow.
Wait, 6 miles?
Infatti.
I'm so tired. I heard you all chatting, so I decided to come down. I sure could use some of that endless energy everyone else has.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning. Can someone fetch me a cup of coffee? More milk, hold the sugar.
Sure, I'd be happy to do that for you.
No, you can't go anywhere. Please, have a seat over here so I can get started on your makeup. The last thing I want is coffee stains on my costumes.
I can get the coffee. It's the perfect job for an assistant.
Sì.
So much energy. Seriously, what's her secret?
Oh, Yoimiya's always like that. But you sure look exhausted, Furina. It's because you're not used to waking up so early, huh?
Of course not. I spent the whole night reading the novel from cover to cover, marking sections that either need to be omitted or adapted.
Quindi ha preso molto sul serio il suo ruolo, e anche la riscrittura del copione.
Wow, Paimon didn't expect you to be so thorough.
Well, I was the biggest star in all of Fontaine after all. It takes more than just a pretty face to earn a reputation like that. I know how to get serious when the situation calls for it. I went all out when I was acting as an Archon, so why wouldn't I do the same for my own life?
Here's your coffee, Director Furina.
Oh, thank you. The sound of being called director and the aroma of coffee feels almost as refreshing as hearing the birds chirping in the morning.
Ah, it seems everyone has managed to arrive on time.
Ok.
We've reached an agreement with the restaurant owner. We are free to use the second floor to shoot our film.
Really? That's great!
He is really looking forward to our film, and hopes that providing his restaurant as a filming location will attract more customers. Well then, Mr. Xavier, I'll leave the rest to you.
Okay, thanks. First, I'd like to introduce our new members.
Ok, ha trovato altri membri dello staff.
This is our prop manager, Veronique. She'll be in charge of all the film's props and items.
Ok.
And this is Bono, our lighting technician. He'll be in charge of lighting and illumination to set up each scene's atmosphere.
Ok. Beh, giustamente aveva già accennato il giorno prima che c'erano queste figure professionali e le aveva già trovate. Quindi, ok, ottimo, piacere di conoscervi.
Wow. Sure feels like we have some real professionals joining the crew now.
First of all, please allow me to first express my sincerest gratitude to everyone in the crew. When my investor informed me yesterday that he wouldn't be able to provide the funds, I really thought that this was the nail in the coffin for this film. I had no idea that I'd find so many people willing to help me on such short notice. Thank you. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
No need to be so cordial, Mr. Xavier. We're all honored to be a part of this.
Your works made a profound impression on me when I saw them back in Inazuma. I am sure that someday, this film will be remembered as a prime example of cultural exchange between Fontaine and Inazuma.
Yes, the story is the reason I agreed to join. I can't bear to even imagine what this film would look like without the very best director.
Viva l'umiltà, eh?
Anyway, I would like to make a promise to everyone that as the producer of this film, I'll do whatever I can to ensure that everything goes as smoothly as possible. This is not just my film. It also embodies the thoughts and feelings of every person here, as well as the endless effort we are about to pour into it. So, without further ado, the Two Musketeers will officially begin filming now!
Ok.
You may take it from here, Director Furina.
All right, listen up, everyone. The first scene takes place when the two young musketeers are living at the Baron's home, still unaware of all that is about to happen to them. We'll need props and lighting to set the scene. Our lead actors can go get their makeup done, and extras, please take this time to go over your positions.
Whoa. Seems Furina's really kicking things into gear as the director.
Is everyone clear? I don't want anyone traipsing around the set like umbrella finches. All right, cameras will start rolling as soon as the set is ready. Let's make a film that'll make some serious waves in Fontaine. Not the kind of waves that drown people. I mean, the good kind of waves.
Seems like she's still a bit traumatized by that. Anyway, let's go see if there's anything we can do to help.
Ok ragazzi, quindi con questo si inizia il secondo atto dell'evento, della quest, e dobbiamo iniziare a preparare tutto il necessario per le riprese. Ma lo vedremo nel prossimo video ragazzi. Ciao ciao!